Good afternoon. Welcome to Midcap Radar live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studio. I'm Sonal Bhutra. With me as always is Vivek Iyer. 1100-point recovery from the lows for the mid-caps. The small caps too in the green. Advanced decline ratio has turned into the favor of advances. So that's the big story that we are tracking on Midcap Radar today. Hey Vivek.
Good afternoon. A lot better compared to what it was yesterday. A strong recovery is what the market is seeing, ensuring that the advanced decline ratio has moved favorably in the favor of advances. We have a lot lined up on the show, so let's start off with the top headlines. Market stages a good bounce from day's low after a weak start. Mid-cap index now trades in the green. Small cap index, which broke the 200-day moving average, also stages a recovery.
Gains tech surges nearly 4% and has added on to those gains with Macquarie overweight on the stock. The brokerage sets a target of 7,700 a share and says that management clarification on reported irregularities was reasonable.
Fujiyama Power System shares climb up to 5% in trade after the company's Q2 results. The newly listed company posts a profit of 63 crores, a jump of almost 100%, while its revenue surges 73% on a year-on-year basis.
US President Trump targets rice imports, says India cannot dump rice in the United States. Stocks of rice exporters like LT Foods slip over 4% intraday, but they also stage a recovery from the lows.
GoFood shares decline over 4% following the company's investor day. The management tells investors that their tech budgets for 2026 will be lower than that of 2025, and they also have no plans to invest any more in the data center business.
Those are the top headlines, and some of these stocks will be discussed in greater detail as well. For now, as I pointed out earlier, the big story has to be the recovery that we're seeing in the mid-cap index. The advanced decline ratio is absolutely in favor of the advances as we speak. The Nifty has recovered around 150 points from the lows, but is still in the red. So it remains to be seen whether the last 1 hour of trade will see some volatility, the dips getting bought, or we'll see consolidation at these levels or not. A lot of moving parts. Nifty PSU Banking Index is the top gainer, followed by the Realty space, and there are some stock-specific updates that we will be sharing with you. But for now, looking decent for the markets.
Absolutely right. It's actually the financials that have seen quite a bit of a bounce back today. Look at a name like AB Capital, that stock near its lifetime high levels. Along with that, the mid-cap banking space, our Federal Bank, IDFC First, Bandhan Bank, all of these names have managed to see a sharp recovery post the recent sell-off. But these stocks and a whole host of other names is what Sudarshan has on his radar. He's standing by the wall to take us through the mid-caps that are moving around in the session.
So far, so good. We still have 2 hours to go, but what a recovery that market has made. Now, Nifty is back about 25,900. Let's take a look at some of the major mid-cap names that are making moves. So, on top of the list is Keynes Technologies. After 12% fall that stock had seen yesterday, today it's up almost 9%. That's following positive brokerage notes that we have got from Macquarie has maintained overweight call. Even JP Morgan too has maintained overweight call, and that's the reason you are seeing a big move. PG Electroplast, also following the big move in Keynes Technologies, has moved higher. Remember, on HDFC Sky platform, they had raised certain red flags related to PG Electroplast. Now, we get to know that HDFC Sky has withdrawn that note, and on the back of that, we have seen a big move. PhysicsWallah has reported Q2 earnings in which revenue has seen an increase of 26%. EBITDA too saw a growth of more than 30%. That's the reason stock is higher. Coforge had held investor day yesterday in which company has talked about 2 major metrics. That's margin. From FY26, company is not going to give the guidance, but they believe that 14% is going to be the base as far as margin is concerned. Also, CY26 related to tech spend is not out, but company believes that it's expected to be lower than CY25, and tracking that updates, the stock is sharply under pressure, down more than 4%. Hero MotoCorp, there was a brokerage note from UBS in which they have highlighted that in the first week of December, company is likely to have lost market share, which has fallen to 19% versus 29 or say 35% in the same period last month, or say in the month of November that company had seen. Because of that, stock is down 2%. Some of the other major mid-cap gainers, Delivery is higher, up more than 4% because company has given certain updates related to moving to international business. That's the reason it's up. Bandhan Bank, after falling continuously for several several sessions today, the stock is higher. Godrej Property, yesterday it was the top mid-cap loser amongst all the real estate names, had fallen 6%. Today, that stock also has moved higher, up more than 3%. Tata Motors commercial vehicle, all the major commercial vehicle names are higher, and there was a positive brokerage note also. That's the reason stock is higher. Late travel news, or we better know by Exigo, that has moved sharply higher, more than 10% with healthy volumes. And all the capital market names remain under pressure. You can say BSE, Nuvama Wealth, Grow, all these stocks are trading with healthy major cuts. So the BSE stock is down almost 3%, even Grow is down almost 3%.
All right, some interesting names there. Thank you so much, Sudarshan, for joining us as always and taking us through some of these mid-cap movers. Let's move on. Moltech Packaging, that is the stock on our radar. The management is joining us on the show today. The company recently signed an MOU with Vibe Generation Holdings to produce high-precision caps and closures. To discuss the opportunity and the outlook on this partnership, also understand the second half of the business and the outlook there, we are now joined by Lakshman Rao, who's the chairman and managing director of the company. Mr. Rao, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. Well, this MOU with Vibe Generation Holdings, if you can tell us what is the total addressable market? They are largely in the beauty and skincare industry. So will you be catering to that? What are the sectors you will be looking at? And what is the revenue potential that you have from this MOU that you have targeted?
No, Vibe is a closures industry, specialty closures meant for high special chemicals, lubricants, not for beauty products. So these are industrial products which are made in combination with injection molded components and sometimes with metal parts, which will enable complete safety for high-end packaging. So these guys worked in one of the world's largest closures company by name Realty, and they have created a team with technical and marketing people as a team. And they have signed an exclusive MOU with Moltech to produce these components, for which they have few patents also. So these products will be developed by Moltech in its tool room, and multi-cavity molds will be made once the commercial orders are procured by Vibe. So Vibe that way has an international experience of more than 100 years between its partners working in this space, high-end closures, and they will be marketing mainly in Europe and USA for these specialty chemicals, lubricants, and other industrial applications. So these products development is through their IP. The patent rights will be given to Moltech for development. And once the molds are made, they will be taking care of the marketing and sales. So that way, the market size we are addressing is more than $1 billion. And even if we aim at 2 to 3%, we'd be able to make a considerable valuation as a new segment for Moltech in the next coming 4 to 5 years.
Well, that's very exciting to hear, Mr. Rao. So you spoke about this being a new segment. You also spoke about them sharing the patent or the IP with you. So can we assume that you will be the sole supplier as far as this particular segment is concerned? And as my colleague was asking, you spoke about Vibe Generation, being a manufacturer of engineered products and packaging. But we also understand, there is another concern known as Via Beauty, which is a key part of their portfolio. So will you be working for that particular company as well?
No, we are only tied up with Vibe, which is into industrial closures and industrial caps and closures. And this company has IP in that segment. And those products will be produced as an exclusivity with Moltech from India to be exported to various countries. And even the Indian market will be open for us to explore. And those marketing efforts will be taken up by our own team here in India.
Okay, so you said $1 billion, is the market, total addressable market. How much will you be able to garner from this? What is the revenue potential from this MOU, Mr. Rao?
The projections given by Vibe is around 250 crores by the 5 years' time. So it will ramp up over the next couple of quarters. And the first two products are under development, which will come out sometime in June, July. That is 26 first quarter. And based on that, various products under patent will be developed over the next couple of years. And this will be adding like pharma, which we have added a couple of years ago, which is now contributing handsomely. This will start contributing probably from 26, 27 and 27, 28 onwards. But this will be with, again, high EBITDA margin because this value addition is much higher compared to our regular product.
How will the EBITDA margins compare versus your own portfolio?
See, our current EBITDA is around 40 rupees for the overall bag of products.
Right.
This should be at least between 80 to 120 rupees.
Okay. And when does it start showing in your books? You said 250 crore rupees in the next 5 years. A part of it, will it come in the next fiscal and a part in the later on? If you can give us a trajectory for that. Accordingly, how much will margins be added every year because of this?
I think the first year will be in maybe max 5 to 10 crores, maybe 10, 15 crores turnover we can achieve. But it will progressively double as we enhance our product range and reach more and more clients. So Vibe that way has an excellent sales team with experience in same products for the last 30, 35 years. And the team is very confident that they'll be doubling our turnover every year to reach 200 to 250 crores in the fifth year.
Okay. Mr. Rao, when you spoke to us last time, you told us about how in the next couple of years, you're targeting a capex of 50 to 60 crore, largely in the FMCG and in the pharma space. Now, with this particular partnership, does your capex requirement go up, and how will you fund that capex in case it does?
The good news is here the existing machinery is completely useful, and this does not occupy more space like containers does, because these are caps which are flat mostly, and they are made of a couple of components together and assembled. So the space requirement will not be huge, and the existing machines all are compatible to produce these products. So we don't envisage a huge capex in this segment, whereas it will be able to fill in some of the idle capacities at our plants, which will be a positive development for us.
Okay. So no extra capex. So and revenue potential of around 250 crore rupees would double the margins of the existing number that you're already reporting, Mr. Rao. If you can give us a sense of what does it do to your volume growth targets for FY27 once more volumes start coming in from this MOU?
I don't think in 26, 27 we'll get a major contribution from this segment. Pharma will definitely contribute more than 50, 55 crores to the top line. And this may be a beginning like what pharma was a year and a half ago, will be the first year of operations in the Vibe's product range. But it will start shooting up from the year 2, in my opinion, because of the new product development would take 3 to 6 months at least for the molds. And once the product is out, sales start picking up, the numbers will be more visible from 27, 28 onwards. But what I want to bring to your notice is Moltech is always looking for high value add segments while not neglecting our paints and loops base. We keep looking at opportunities like what we did in food and FMCG, pharma, and again in the specialty closures. We are always looking at high value add products to enhance our revenues and bottom line.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Rao, for joining us, talking to us about the key contours of this particular partnership, as well as the guidance beyond FY26 as well. Well, we now slip into a short break. Market technicals with Somil Mehta of Mirae Asset Sharekhan on the other side.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into Midcap Radar. Let's get in Somil Mehta, the head of alternate research, capital market strategy at Mirae Asset Sharekhan. Somil, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining in. Can you give us the next important levels to watch out for on the Nifty and also the individual names that you're tracking?
Absolutely. Good afternoon to everyone. Today we've seen a very sharp bounce from here, from the lows, and I think this is a very good start for the week. And we've taken support at 40 daily moving average and the lower end of the Bollinger Band on the daily charts. Now the view remains positive here in the medium term outlook. In the very short term, we've seen a sharp sell-off. However, now from here, I think this today's low 25,727. This remains a very crucial level. The next level on the downside is 25,600, which is the previous swing low. But I don't see markets going below 25,725. So that will be a very crucial support zone. On the upside, my targets would be in the very short term 26,325, and above that 26,800, 900 in the medium term outlook. For Bank Nifty, very similar. It's been consolidating in a range between 58,850, and on the upside 60,100 would be a very crucial resistance. But I think this trend on the medium term will continue on the upside, and my targets would be above 60,000. So buy on decline should be the strategy for both the indices. The two stocks which I have chosen today is first one is Titan. Titan has been correcting for a little while now, but has taken support at 40 daily moving average, and the entire consolidation in the last couple of weeks is expected to break on the upside. So the stop loss would be 3,750, and the target on the upside is 4,200. The second stock which I have chosen is Motherson. Motherson, very similar. It has taken support at 200 daily moving average a couple of months back. Is already in a medium-term uptrend. I'll be expecting this trend to continue on the upside. Stop loss would be 113 and target would be 125.
Okay, Somil, thank you so much for joining us, giving us a view on the markets, index levels on the Nifty, Bank Nifty, as well as the individual trading call. Thanks once again. Well, we'll now slip into a short break. We'll get you more on the markets and stock-specific action on the other side. Stay tuned.
"26 years of CNBC-TV18.
Welcome back to Midcap Radar. Well, a whole host of stocks that were battered yesterday have made a strong comeback. Have a look at a name like BHEL. That particular stock higher by over 3%. Another name, that's been seeing quite a bit of selling pressure has been Eternal. That particular stock too has recovered quite sharply. Delivery, you saw that news some time ago on the channel. That particular stock too has now moved to the day's highest point. And the EMS names too have recovered quite sharply, led by Keynes. With that, it's all the time we have on this edition of Midcap Radar. MF Corner when we return.
"26 years of CNBC-TV18.